The weather got a little bit crazy, so I came out to the out yard and had some time off to see how the bees were doing. The new colony looks like it still has bees flying in and out. Last time I was here, I did add Appy tablets and fondant and some other things, but we got some different stuff going on today. So, obviously, I brought Appy tablets because for the last 2 years, this is all I've used in my colonies. I haven't used any chemicals. I haven't used any other treatments. That is what I use. Appy tablets. Say what you want to about them. I have no greater losses than anybody that's pumping chemicals in their colonies, and we prefer to be a little bit more natural, and this is just easy for me. So that's what I use. Today I'm going to be adding some Viagra. I've got some feeder lids. I brought a gallon of 5 gallons of syrup. So I'm going to mix up some of that and get in the colonies and get that checked out and see how they're doing. And I'm going to do an inspection. This is the licensed colony is the first time that's been in since we moved them in there. It's probably been a couple weeks for that. There's Joanne over there. This is her property that the products are on. And Zach's not here today? Okay, so Zach will be coming out. What's the chance that you have a clean, never had chemical in it, 5-gallon bucket or something? None? Okay. What about a gallon of water? Okay. That's one thing. I forgot my extra bucket to bring with me, so I was going to use that and do that. Hey, Mike, good to see you, buddy. Hopefully there's a little bit better reception out here. I'm going to throw my jacket on that was not washed since the last time I came out. So give me a second. Let me set this down and turn the sleeves around and stuff. It's about 80, probably 85 degrees out here today. And so it's a little bit warm. But, you know, my bees, doesn't seem to matter where they're at. They're not always they're not always the most receptive when I come. So I'm going to check them first before I mix up any of this feed for them to see how they're doing. Make sure that give them what they need. And this is a different geographic location, about I'm going to say 35 miles from my home. So as we all know, since beekeeping is geographic, it's hard to know exactly how these bees are compared to my bees at home. So let me throw my gloves on. We got the camera going, and then we'll just start checking some colonies and see what we got before we throw the feed on them. So to give you an example, I want to show you this product, this Viagra. Some commercial beekeepers have been using this here in the States, and they say that it's a game changer for their bees. So the Viagra is vitamins that you mix into your feed, and it gives them all the vitamins they need, and it's supposedly a game changer. So we're gonna try that. I have no reason to not believe the other person. I just don't know them personally, to be honest with you. And so we're gonna try that out. So got my old trusty hive tool here. We're gonna go to the licensed colony first because it's on the end, and we will see what they've got going on. We got bees on that one. These are the first 2 colonies I brought out. And then to try to give this a little bit of a boost, last time I was here, I moved the colony that was here, which is that one. I moved it over. So any foraging bees that came back would come back in here and hopefully give them a little bit of a boost to see how they were doing. And hey, Zach. There's Zach. We're live on YouTube, Zach. So Zach's been putting out some watermelon. I see there's been some bees on it. There's a dead bee on that one and a dead bee on that one. but for the most part, pretty good. So let's, I'm gonna pry this feeder up because it's probably propolized down pretty good. Actually, it's not that bad. Some ants in there. And it looks like they have not really moved to the outside. And we did give them some liquid feed last time we were here. Let me just start on the outside on this, which is good. For a small colony here, if I were to have given them drawn comb on this outside, and they didn't have the population to protect that, what we would have had is a bunch of hive beetles. And I did not see any hive beetles when I opened this hive, so that's a good thing. You doing all right, Zach? There's Zach, my beekeeping buddy. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna give the bees some, you see I got the Appy tablet on there, so I'm not just saying I use them, I actually use them. And we're gonna check, look how fat they made this other comb right here. Let's see, it's gonna break that comb open. See how fat they've made that honey right there on top? Really fat. And they've started, look, they've started to make some new comb over there, but their population is still kind of low. Let's push that one to the outside so we can see here. Step around this side, Zach, so you're not standing right in front of the colony, because when they fly out, they fly back in the front. And we'll just, this is going to be a really, really heavy frame. I'll just reach in here and see what we got. Man, look at that. All right, there's some brood, not a lot there. Been hatching out, and not much on there. There's a little bit. So let's see what we've got. There's the queen. See her right there? Whoop. Trying to show. See her walking around. She's on there. Can you point this at what I'm doing here? And we'll just check to see if there's any eggs or if they slow down. If there's no feed, she will slow down. So we're gonna put, remember we put sugar syrup on them last time? We're gonna put some more. There's some eggs in there, so she is laying. She's just, she's right up under, right there. See her?
Oh yes, I see her.
So she's on there, and I'm sweating in the frame here. And
You want me to ignore that call? It's from Capital One.
no, yeah, just ignore it. It's fine. We'll do this. We're gonna put this back the way it was. Give her plenty of time to move, and then I'll get my tool. And they have been eating this a little bit. You see where they've been chewing on it around the edges, and working on it. That also helps with any pests in the colony. And last time I killed several frames, we didn't and the fact that that last time, you know, they don't like the black fungus. So it was a small colony when we put it in here, and it's still small, but that's not we want them obviously to fill this box up, but this was a late season swarm, so trying to give them the advantage. We haven't given them a lot of feed, just a little bit, and now we're gonna turbocharge that colony and try to give them a bunch of feed and not. We've got so much foam built on the hundreds of that. Like that. And we'll put this back on top of them, and they will settle right down. Alright, so we will put feed in this before we bring it off. this colony was. This wasn't. Was this the strongest one last time? Do you remember?
Actually, that was
That one
in the
ended up
end
being the strongest one.
because it got bigger. But now this one,
Yeah,
from what I've
that
seen,
one was actually the weakest one at the
Yeah.
beginning, and it kind of exploded. This one was the
bigger one. Now it got
and now it-
bigger. I've seen so much more activity
all right,
outside it.
So you see, there's a bunch of bees on the inner cover, so we'll just set that off to the side. And you see how they've started trying to glue it down here with the propolis. This box was primarily put on as a feeder shim to give them space to put the tablets on, but I see they're doing some things in here. Let's see what they got in this top box. We'll just check one frame in here. Let's see. Ripping some comb apart and trying to repair that. Let's see the Appy tablets. It looks like they have been working on that, which means we don't have a bunch of feed in the area. And I'm gonna switch the lids on these. We did put fondant on them last time. Look, they cleaned that whole bag out. Whole bag of fondant. This was a kilogram of fondant. They've eaten all of that. But they look pretty good as far as we had 2 Appy tablets on there, and now there's half of one. So we're going to put that back on. Looks like they're doing pretty good. Let me just pull this frame here. If I can do it without pulling the frame apart, would be nice.
You got a new toy.
No, I've had this tool. I've had this tool.
Okay, it's the first time I'm seeing it.
And looks like they're working on it. But if they don't have much to come in, they're not going to build up a bunch of comb, right? Because they have nothing to comb with. And
Got a little drop on the bottom of that. Okay, maybe it's just a cluster of bees at the time.
yeah, they're probably just going down to the bottom there. And check one. That's got some brood on it. Not a lot. They're actually making a cup on here. So what we're gonna do is try not to squish any bees. And you see this right here, Zach?
I see some sort of liquid right there.
This right here, this big piece, that's a supersedure. So if they think about replacing their queen, there's a brand new baby bee. But if they think about replacing the queen, they're gonna make a cup like this and make another queen. We don't want another queen right now because you don't see any boy bees in here where she can get mated as a new queen. So we'll just knock that right off with our tool.
Oh.
And
I thought that generally formed at the bottom.
And swarm cells will be at the bottom, but if they're just looking to make a new queen, they'll put it up here at the top. If they're just looking to replace a queen, it'll typically be at the top. So we're gonna knock that off. Grab this other one. And these bees they're really not up in our face a lot today, and they're a little bit more on Zach, mainly around the phone because they don't like that black color. But look at that. That's good. That's good to see right here, Zach. You see how many this whole frame is laid up with baby bees? That's good. These will be the bees that'll hatch out. Maybe one more time she'll do something like this for the winter. And those will be the bees that take us to next spring. So that's a very good sign, both sides. And if we look hard, she's probably not on this one because it's all capped. There's another brand new baby bee right there. But yeah, this is looking pretty good right now. Not overly populated. I really don't like to have the second box on a colony this size. The only reason it has a second box at this time is because this one's bigger too. Is because to put the feed on, right, like a feeder shim. And make sure this one's all laid up and good to go. They're getting ready to cap some. So that's pretty good frame, both sides. That's 2 frames. The fact that they're eating this tablet so well means they need some food. So we're gonna, before we leave, we'll give them another couple tablets. You see how that one's laid up? This one's a little bit older bees, older babies, and I can tell that because, like right in here, you see how it started? That bee's hatching out right now, right here, where my tool is. That means this section's gonna lay out, and she'll be coming back through and laying this up with new bees. So we've got like 2.5 frames of baby bees right now. So knock this out of the way. And it means they're in good shape, they're healthy at the moment. I don't see any, this one's, look at this, how nice this is too, Zach. Just make sure I'm not accidentally squishing a queen. Look at that, laid up too.
Yeah, they're just stacking each other right there.
Yeah, she might even be in that clump, but it's laid up. Oh, can you see us on? Can you see what you're looking at through the screen there? You might have to keep it straight up and down a little bit, yeah. And so we got three solid frames of brood. That's excellent for this size colony, considering it was only a small swarm colony when I brought it over here. Let's see what we've got. This was a new frame, and I'm gonna put this back in. That outside frame, you see it's new, but they're probably gonna store feed in there. Let me put this back in. And then this was a brand new comb that they've already drawn out the side, and you see there's the queen right there. And you see how they've she's already went through here and laid this up, and it's been capped. So she's going to work her way back. I just don't want to drop her on the outside right, so we're going to put her back in there. All right, so this colony looks pretty good, and we'll make sure they get feed before we leave out of here. Let me I'm going to go ahead and grab some tablets real quick.
There's a bucket of water on the tailgate. Yep.
And we're going to drop a couple fresh Appy tablets on here, just to make sure we're keeping the pests down. And we want to put them right over top of where our babies are. So our babies were right in here, and we're going to put these right in there too. Catch those bees in there. And then we'll put this second box back on top. And try to make sure that these bees up front, we just kind of gently move them out of the way.
You have a call coming in.
Oh, I'll be constantly, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And we're going to swap this lid. So the lid we're going to put on this is a little bit different.
Would you like me to straighten this box?
So this one is
The upper feeder.
it's just got a hole in it for the jar. I actually have new jars, so when we mix the feed up. All right, so we're squared away on the box. No gaps there, and we'll be good. So this one does have bees on it. What I'm going to do is I'm just for the moment, I will set this right here. So these bees will start walking up and walking. That's the plan. That's the plan. And then we'll check this last one here, which we also had fondant on last time, right? We had another bag of fondant. And this one was the stronger of the two hives. You see how they started moving up? A bunch of bees at top. Just to see what they're doing up here. Probably about the same as the last one. Just kind of. Yeah, they're kind of reusing the wax. You see how many bees are attacking your phone now out of this one? All right, so we're going to take this top off here. Hopefully. There we go. And obviously last time they had 2 Appy tablets and a whole bag of fondant, right? And the fondant is gone. That's good. Looks like they're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
They're kind of aggravated, so we're not going to mess with them too much. What I'm going to do is put some more tablets on here. Now these bees should start flying back in the box here. Right on. So now what we've got is the feeder jars right over top of that hole in the inner cover on this one, so they'll be able to come up and access that. And we're only making 4, so we can actually go over to the truck and do this and get out of these. We're going to feed all 3 of those colonies, okay, Zach? And what I'm going to do is actually risk my hands by taking my gloves off.
I'll see if I move back to the full me.
And this stuff is only supposed to, we're only supposed to use about a teaspoon, or a tablespoon, sorry. A little bit of that out. Oh, and I had a bee land right in it. Sorry, bee, your sacrifice to the bee gods, I guess. And we're going to try to get this open. The way you got to do this is we're going to put a little bit. That's a live video. That's what everybody always says on my channel. It's not alive, it's still. So I'm going to try to put in about a tablespoon. I didn't bring a measuring thing here, but I'm going to mix it up into several batches here. And what we're going to do is kind of let that hydrate. See how it changed color, so it's mixing in. Good. And what we're going to have a problem is with this, because it's in a 5-gallon pail. So anybody that's watched me on YouTube knows that I had picked up sugar in Charlotte, and so I get it pre-mixed. But we're going to and then I bucketed it up. So I cut the lid off of this thing, and hopefully all these bees don't land in it. Zach, let's see.
You want me to carry the bucket?
No, I'm not going to carry the bucket over. I'm going to do it in jars, and hopefully I can keep the bees out of it, because this is very thick syrup. So we're going to put about half of this, and it's going to get on my truck. It just is what it is. And then we're going to put some of this in there, about 1/3 of what I mixed up. And then I should do that on my other one too. And then we'll fill it up with water after the fact. It's a little bit too much. About half. Because what I'm actually trying to do is put half. All All right, so this is very thick syrup. So what I'm trying to do is kind of get it where by the time I'm done, everything is, let's see, what's the best way to pour some water from here. Since we're improvising on the fly here, we're going to fill this now the rest of the way up. It's just some sunflower seeds, I think. All right, we got that. Now the feeder that's on your hive, what I call your hive, pour the rest of that in the bucket, and we will pour the syrup in there for that and mix that all together at one time. All right, so just to let you know how thick the syrup is, you see how it's not even separated? I gotta kind of mix them up. I've got half water and half, and now I got syrup on the side. So I'll do them one at a time here. This is the mean hive, the meaner of the two is here. We're gonna pop this here off, and just gonna drip some, let it drip, and look, it's not mixing. All sugary now. Gloves on. I just got a sting. I just got stung. Normally I might take it off and shake it up better with the gloves on.
I could bring out smoke next time.
Yeah, I've got a smoker in there, but I just am not a big proponent of smoke. It does calm them down. All right, so now it looks more like Gatorade, right?
Actually, yes. It actually looks more like Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. All right, and I'm gonna sprinkle some of this in there so they know it's there. And then I'm gonna pull this off and shake it again because I didn't do a good job. But you see how they've already moved up to the top to start trying to clean that up. And what happens, because it's just got a couple holes in it, the jar will actually pull a vacuum, and they'll be able to get it, but it's a slow release. They have to like suck it out. These two, and then we'll mix up. I got the camera, and I've already added that to that. Now I just need to add some syrup to it. I'll do this, and then you can just rinse this bucket out when you're done. Because that feeder on the license hive is like 2.5 gallons. Alright. So we add some sugar to it. This tool, since it's mix everything together here. And this is why I like the license hive for this. At home, I would have just done it in the 5-gallon pail, all of it together, and then just split it up, right? Set it down for a second. And then I can just pour that in. And what I typically do is I try to get some on the edge, right there, and right there, so they know where they can access it out. And I just put as much as I can in there. Oh, and it's overfilling on this side. So, put that back on top. Throw the locks down on it, keep anybody from robbing it. And that first jar still is not.
Wow. Straight out of the liquid. There's just it's kind of up on this side.
This has too much sugar to water in it. Keep separating. But the bees, look how they've already come up to the edge to start licking it up. So the vitamins and stuff that they need and the sugar stimulates them to start storing that and produce wax and to raise babies, right? They need the food to get babies. So I try not to Try not to squash them when you put this in. And we do it like that. And then I grab the trash that I'm leaving in your yard, pull that out. And
Is this from it bowing, or is this because
it's probably bowed a little bit, but it'll be fine. You see this one's got an inner cover on it,
yeah.
right there. This one does not. Over here. What I'll do is I'll mix some more of this up when I get to the house and feed the bees over there that I can. And we'll keep everybody happy. We've got that. Alright, now let me just try to push this. I've got it sealed for now.
Okay.
Until it falls over.
You want to reuse this stuff?
No, we can actually pour that if you want to.
Okay, I pour in that pot I made for them.
Yeah, that'll give them something.
Yeah.
In fact, made a little pond over here. Do you ever see bees lined up on it?
I don't know, but I'm trying to encourage them. I mean, I've tossed apples on it that you can see some of the cores are still there, and they're fruits where they can find it and use it. But I am thinking about lily pads since they're bee friendly.
Or pine straw or sticks. Anything that'll float on it, they'll land on it. So that's what we got, guys. We got feed on all the colonies, new Appy tablets for everyone. It stung right on my finger. Hold on. So if I had the phone, it's going to get sticky. And if let me see if I got another glove in here. I'm sure I do. I got so much junk in here. I do. Look at that. Perfect. Sorry guys about the video. I got my hand in front of it. Give me 1 second. Probably been people chatting to me too, and I haven't seen any of it. Just putting another glove on since I got stung on my fingers. And let me see the camera's active and review with the people. Hey guys, I see you all now. So yeah, you know, the black phone case doesn't do much for bees, but so we got the bee agra on them, bee Viagra we'll call it. We got the top feeder with feed in there, so they should be good. We added that. They got tablets, they got feed. They both already went through a kilogram of fondant. These two hives here went through a kilogram of fondant already, so 2.2 pounds each, and they're doing pretty good. These were all swarm colonies that were moved out here, so it's the first year. No honey from these guys, but next year we'll split them again, and this will be 6 colonies, and these first 3 will be ready to make honey for us. But other than that, keeping them alive over the winter would be the main thing. I know I've got more people watching now, but I want to tell you that a couple things. First of all, Appy tablets, you guys are familiar with them if you watch my channel. It's the only thing I've had in my colony for 2 years. No Appagard, no Appavar strips, no Appagard, no other things. This is all that I've put in my colonies for 2 years now. Now I've just added the bee agra, the vitamins, to my syrup. And I can honestly say that my losses in the grand scheme of things were no greater than using chemicals in the hive. So for a cheaper amount of money, if my bees are staying alive at the same rate as everybody else's, if you're spending a bunch of money on chemicals, do what you want to do. They're your bees, obviously. I'm going to say that first. But it's not not what I'm choosing to do. So I've you see these colonies look pretty good. That's the newest one, the little that was actually in a Pro Nuke that probably had about 2 real good frames of bees on it when I put it in there, but we moved it when I brought it over here from a Pro Nuke into the Lyson hive and then put some feed on them. So we're trying to get them to grow up, but they've had an Appy tablet. They ate the whole Appy tablet. So it is a supplement to help get you through, and you know, the pests don't like it that much, and it's really shown because I haven't, like I said, I didn't have any greater or worse losses than anybody else that was using a ton of chemicals in their hive. So I don't have to worry about synergistic effects between different treatments because I only have the one product that I'm using in the colony, and it's doing just as good as anything else. So you can continue to spend your money on that other stuff that works just as good if that's what you choose to do. If it makes you feel some kind of way that you're somehow benefiting from that, I can tell you I haven't used any oxalic acid or anything on these colonies, and you know, they're just as healthy as anybody else's bees. And so I would challenge you to at least try out the tablets if you haven't. But you know, for some reason beekeepers, they don't want to take the words of other beekeepers. They always have to find out if it works for their bees. The bees are the bees, right? So it's going to do what it's going to do. And you know, bees are healthy and looking good out here. So at any rate, I can't see the comments because of the sun glare on the screen through my veil here, but I hope you guys all have a great day and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you guys again soon. Have a good day. Say bye, Zach. Bye. We'll see y'all later. Let me see if I can turn off the live screen through my thing here. Ow, son of a biscuit eater. Got me. They don't like this black phone.
Well, I know you're coming over. I have 2 hands, so one hand goes hold the screen while the other hand holds the smoke, but they're more calm around you, so if you're not wearing as much.
Yeah, it's the phone. You see how many times they've stung the phone even?
Yeah, I see that.
I didn't get that many stings in my altogether. Let me see. Should have stopped. The only stings I took is